Jump right in there. Go ahead, so-and-so. Just jump right on there. You can start this one. Jump right in. Show them how it's done.
Okay, so I've come back to...
Good job, so-and-so. Alright, so tonight we are reviewing a movie called American Werewolf in London.
Nope.
Hang on. I thought that's what we were doing. What are we doing then?
Oh?
I'm pretty sure he was in America though, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is something to do with a werewolf. Now this is Universal's, it's really weird actually, this is Universal's first werewolf film. And you may not have known that because when you think werewolf, you think Lon Chaney Jr., the Wolfman. But actually, this came out before the Wolfman.
What's this movie again? Oh, it's about plants and flowers and werewolves? Ugh, this movie wasn't very good. I don't care about plants and flowers. Well, actually, I do like flowers. I'm just gonna go outside and look at some real flowers.
Yeah, and you talk about humor there, Dr. So-and-so. This actually had some really good humor in it.
I found this movie to be quite cheesy as far as humor goes. A lot of it was groans.
Okay, if you're wondering what we're talking about here, it is actually a movie called Werewolf of London. And it is actually about a plant, believe it or not.
And it came out in the same year as The Bride of Frankenstein.
So you gotta kind of ask yourself, what are they thinking? You got this incredible film, and well, let's top it with no, let's not top it. Let's go back about 14 different films and just make some weird werewolf thing with the plants.
Oh, this is much better. Oh, these are so nice. See, this is way better than any stupid man-eating flowers.
Okay, so the plant thing in this film is this guy is looking for a plant that only blooms in the moonlight. When the moon comes out, it only blooms. So he goes up to this mountain to find it, and he gets attacked by a werewolf.
Woo!
Werewolfery.
How could they make a horror movie about flowers? Flowers aren't very scary. I mean, look at these. These are so nice.
So the basic plot of this film is, like I said, there's a plant that blooms with the moonlight, and that's kind of cool. I mean, I'll give them that. It's an interesting plot. It's a very interesting plot, but I don't think it really fits a werewolf film. There isn't too much werewolfery in this movie.
Oh, hey, you guys still doing this review? So anyway, the tension in this movie comes from the fact that, this guy's a werewolf, right? And apparently he can only become, he's got this plant, right? That it has a bloom that he could use to not become a werewolf, but it won't bloom. And so that's where the tension comes from, because it's very intense to sit and watch a plant not bloom.
But it only makes you not a werewolf for a certain amount of time.
Again, it only lasts for like 8 hours, so I got bugs in my face, and they're gonna fly in my mouth, and
Yeah, and
so the flowers is like, if you don't keep using them, it wears off. It's like Rogaine.
is that what happens?
If you stop using it, you start killing people.
It's like aloe plant. When you get a sunburn, you put on an aloe, it'll stop burning for a little while.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're going to grow hair about it.
You start growing hair in a sunburn, you've got bigger problems.
And so this character's supposed to be Chinese, and this is an American actor playing Charlie Chan. And he had sort of like a slanted eyes. I think it was just some skin that was over his eyes that kind of made him look that way. And of course they typecast him as a Chinese person. But it was interesting to see him in this film playing an actual werewolf. But you never actually got to see him as the werewolf, which is kind of disappointing.
So Mr. Fuji Hakahito shows up to tell, what was his name?
Dr. Wolfman?
Dr. Wolfman. So he shows up to tell him about the plant. And not, that he should use the plant or else he will turn into the werewolf and go around killing people.
Oh, these are spinety flowers. Ooh, ah! It pricked my finger. Maybe these plants are a little scary, but, most plants aren't scary. These are nice. They smell sweet.
And they had not just that plant, but they did have other plants. They had a frog-eating plant, which was kind of interesting. I would like to have seen more about that plant, actually, more than the plant that's actually in the movie. I want to see a plant that eats frogs.
This movie was also kind of along the lines of the Little Shop of Horrors.
It was, actually. Now, the Wolfman transformation in this, they did it actually not too bad, to tell you the truth. It wasn't anywhere around the quality of the original Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr., but the way they were getting him to change, like he was running across the whatever it was, the terrace he was on, and every time he went past the pillar, he changed a little bit, and that was kind of cool. I really liked how they did that.
A lot of camera trickery to disguise them putting on more makeup.
Yeah, and he wasn't really hairy. As for a Mr. Wolfman, Wolfery, he wasn't very hairy. I mean, he had like some hair, but he wasn't very hairy. He didn't look like a wolf, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like he had some hair, but he wasn't very hairy. He was just kind of like a dude. And there was some howling, but it was all 100% off screen. They didn't show this dude howl once.
He also looked a lot like Butch Patrick from the Munsters.
You know, I was going to say that. Yeah, he did. He really did look like him a lot.
Ooh, look, another pretty flower. Oh, these are kind of a little scary.
So overall, this was just kind of a weird movie. I don't know. It's worth watching because the plot is something like you've really never seen before.
I feel like these plants are watching me.
And it had some really goofy humor, especially with the two old women beating each other up. Yeah. And I don't know. I liked it. It wasn't terrible. So overall, I'm giving the Wolf of London Wolfery movie a.
This nature hike is getting a little creepy. I don't know. Maybe I should go back inside. I don't know about all this.
I have to ask though, had either of you ever seen this movie before? Because I honestly cannot remember ever seeing this film.
Believe it or not, yes, I have. I've seen this probably like 5 or 6 times since watching this.
Maybe this nature hike wasn't such a good idea. These plants are getting kind of creepy, and I think maybe I'm gonna go.
Okay, because I don't remember this one at all. And I sat there and watched it and thinking, okay, werewolf movie. It's got to be pretty good. I don't know. I just didn't thrill me like I thought it would be. And it was so much more, like you said, about the plants rather than the werewolf. So I would also give this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It's worth watching, like I said, just to see the original werewolf makeup effects. And to tell you the truth, I mean, even though I've seen this movie, I don't understand why they would make this and then make the Wolfman. I mean, the Wolfman is a much more superior film than this, obviously, but it's strange to introduce a character like the Wolfman in this film, like this.
I changed my mind. Flowers are spooky.
It was very strange. Very, very, very strange. Very odd.
I'm gonna give this movie 2 leaves out of 5. Maybe I'll change it to a golden tombstone?
And speaking of strange, you know what it is. It is October, and we were going to be going through the entire Universal Library. starting with Dracula and ending with, well, you'll find out when we get there. We'll find out when we get there. But for now, don't forget, we are doing a live stream. What was that noise? Did you hear noise?
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
So we are doing a live stream for 31 straight days of horror games. So tune in tonight. I don't know, the times might vary. I'm not sure. But it's going to be live here on YouTube. So you will be able to watch it every day this month.
So I'm going to go back to my lab now.
So as always, stay spooky.
Two leaves out of 5.
I was going to say something else and it just, I don't know. I've had enough. I think that's what I was going to say.